Hi there, this is Fei Wu from Fei's World Media, and in this video, I want to show you how we navigate and use Amazon Video Direct to promote our film, our documentary series called Fei's World, right to Amazon Prime, and have thousands of people be able to discover that and stream for free. So let's get started. And what I want to do in this video is to show you behind the scenes. I want to show you the screens. I want to show you the analytics, what we like and dislike about the platform, the issues that we run into, how we reach out to their customer service, and what our experience has been like working with Amazon Video Direct. So far, it's been really pretty amazing. I will also discuss and show you at the end of the video how to move your film beyond US and UK. Because when you first log in and submit your film to Amazon Video Direct, you only have the option to target US and UK. Unless you have additional audios in Germany or in Japanese, you will not be able to promote to these countries very easily. However, there's an alternative where you can distribute your film to RLW, which is Amazon Prime Rest of the World. So keep on watching and I'll see you at the end of the video. All right, guys, I am now inside of Video Central Amazon. This is also known as the Prime Video Direct. And I want to show you guys what it looks like inside, what my title, what my documentary series looks like, and at the episode level or at a higher level. So as you can see, within Amazon Video Direct, there are 3 tabs when you first come in. And how you want to navigate this is as you're uploading your project, you want to go under Your Videos. And the first tab is Dashboard. And if you're new to this, you're not going to see any stats whatsoever. So you want to go to Your Videos and you're presented with 3 options. So the real options for you is either between standalone or episodic. This is especially the case if you're an indie filmmaker. Channel is for people with 3 or 5 films or more. So show you real quick about the streaming partner program is currently accepting new channels on a limited basis. So these are the requirements. Most likely, if this is your first film, this option here is irrelevant. Now, standalone, the first option is for movies, shorts, and clips. So movies include anything such as features, standard features, or short feature films. Standard is 90 minutes or more, and short features are usually around 60 minutes or less. And as for Fei's World, we submitted something called episodic. So this is TV series or TV shows, documentary series, anything that has more than 1 episode. All right, so let's get in there. And as you can see, we have only 1 season, and that's absolutely okay. As you launch your project, you can add new seasons or edit the seasons at any time. Once I click on that, you will see season 1, and you will see these green dots light up under UK and US. So by default, when you submit your English films or your film that's of the English language, it's going to automatically submit to both US and UK, which is quite convenient. And if that's not enough for you, if you want to consider RLW, which is Rest of World for Amazon, what you can do is work with Film Hub, which I have a separate video for you to check out as well. Also screen-by-screen tutorial, super helpful. So let's go into season 1. So I'm going to show you when you come into submitting your own film, you're presented with all these fields. So there are 4 major sections. I would say the one that's most heavy duty, that require most of your time, is going to be under episodes, of course. But first, you're presented with catalog listing, followed by cast and crew, followed by episodes. This is where you upload your episodes, whether, for you, and maybe 10, 12 episodes. For us, it was 5 episodes. And finally, availability. And you can also set pricing here. So that's what it is at a high level. But what I want to show you is some of these fields. Some of them are pretty trivial, straightforward. You won't have any trouble or problems filling that out. And for example, catalog listing, synopsis, overview, genre, country of origin, language. Now let's come to the bottom, graphic assets. This is the tricky part on this particular page or in this section. Key art, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. You will see the moment you hover any of these information icons, you're able to see the measurements exactly. Now, my recommendation to you is to eliminate any small text on this image. So the good news is they're giving you this graphic asset guide. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Graphic asset guide. And this is something that either you follow if you're a designer, you know how to design, or this is something that you want to give to your graphic artist or your graphic designer. Now, as you're scrolling down, there are key art guide that shows you what's accepted, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, the ratio of it. So, for example, Manchester by the Sea is a film that I've seen, and episodic title art is required in this format. And you can see there's some small text here for directors, actors. But look, if you're not really featuring anybody super important, I would recommend that you drop that. And as you can see that it's really important for the text to be readable and not on a background that makes any part of the text difficult to read, or any sort of avoid using borders, using multiple images and things like that. Now, I know this feels trivial, but still be prepared that your image may be rejected, even you feel like you followed a very conservative route to design that. So again, the simple advice is to make everything straightforward, simple. Don't try to be super smart, because I certainly wasted a lot of time on these things. And finally, the background image is optional, so you don't have to really beat yourself up for that. Whenever you're done, click save. Do not close the page or leave the page. For Amazon Video Direct, save is not automatic, unfortunately. So make sure you press save anytime you remember it. Do not click on publish until you're ready to publish this whole series. Now let's take a look at cast and crew. This part is pretty simple. The crew for me are people who worked on the film as part of my team, including directors, producers, and writers, for example. And when you click on adding other crew member, you see that the roles here are very limited. They're not asking you to put down sound engineers or production assistant and things like, people like that. So there you go. Now, when it comes to cast members, are people who appeared on screen as part of your series. And you will see that the first two fields are highlighted in yellow because these are the people who are going to show up on the landing page of Amazon Prime. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. So the two highlighted yellow fields are the ones who appear right here. So starring Seth Godin, Dory Clark, and Chris Voss. Interestingly enough, even though Chris Voss is not highlighted, it says the top 2 to 4 cast members provided below will be indicated as starring across Prime Video apps. I think that really depends on the length of these people's names. So you want to make sure the most recognizable names from your film are highlighted right there. Also, as you notice, I don't need to, navigate back and forth here, but the synopsis of what you guys saw on the first tab is being highlighted here. You want to keep it short and concise. Let's come back to this page. You can add new cast members here, and you can basically just give them a title, what their characters are. Sometimes I have these people down as guests, and also another traditional way is simply write down himself, herself, things like that. So since I'm the interviewer and host, I refer to everybody else here as guest. Let's go to the next tab, episode. So all my episodes are structured the same way. They're just different names and different, they have different thumbnails. So I'm going to show you just one of them. Episode 1, social service. So for each episode, you're required to give them a title, original release date, which by the way, is going to be a guesstimate. On average, it takes Amazon Prime Video 2 weeks to review and launch your videos or launch your film, your series. And if there's any delay, they typically let you know. You can always come back and change that. But for the most part, trying to push it out or guess that's between 2 to 3 weeks as your release date. Synopsis. This is the information that's going to be displayed along with the title of your episode. So let me show you where it is on Amazon. That is right here. So since I'm interviewing 2 people per episode, I really wanted to showcase both of them as opposed to a thumbnail that only shows 1 person. I know this design is a little bit bizarre because each thumbnail now has basically 2 sets of people. What I want you to focus on is this super simple 2 to 3 sentences type of synopsis or preview. So subtitle, audio language information is right here as well. This is why I keep this single line item very, very short. Along with that, what you want to do is upload the actual file. Now, my recommendation is you want to upload the highest resolution, the highest quality video as you can find, as they're available. Now, for us, some of these movie files are close to 1 gigabyte. They're all pretty large files, even though our docuseries is only about 10 to 14 minutes per episode. For us, this was a significant endeavor because if you live in a household where it has very average Wi-Fi speed, you want to make sure that you have strong internet access before you can do these things. Otherwise, as you can imagine, with hundreds and thousands of people trying to upload their videos to Amazon Prime, it's going to take a long time. If you rather do this at your company, for example, your company has high-speed internet, I recommend that you carve out 1 evening, maybe a few evenings and 1 weekend to focus on projects, this particular project, and uploading your assets. You want to confirm your frame rate, and you know the language, obviously. And captions here are very important, and you want to make sure that you upload the correct captions file. If you don't know how to get captions, but one of the vendors or companies I would recommend that I've had a really good experience with is Rev. I know they have mixed reviews, and I heard that they pay their translators very little. That's very unfortunate. But the highlight here is that you do need human verified captions. You cannot rely on what you get for free, Translate automatic translation or caption service or Google Translate. It just won't be good enough. Now there's a key art, as I mentioned, is the ratio is 4:3. It is optional, but I highly recommend that you include that because as you can see, when you look at these episodes, that's everybody that you're able to see on the landing page as opposed to a default or no image at all, right? You know, the thing that we struggled with for weeks was to match the captions with the file. And it was completely my mistake because I ended up editing down one of the movie files and I still use an older caption from the original video just to make sure that by the time you finalize your videos, these are the video files you want to send through Rev or your captions person and make sure they use the right video files. Otherwise, the timestamps won't match up and Amazon will be sure to reject it. Let's look at the final tab here called availability. You have the option to basically have people watch only on Prime, or you can give them the option to buy per episode where they can buy the entire season. Obviously, I just decided to check them all for people who don't have Prime. People who don't have Prime will not be able to watch these things for free. You can give them a preset pricing structure, which is already predetermined by Amazon, or you can give custom pricing where you can list out the price that you are happy with. For us to keep things simple, we use whatever Amazon had. And as you can see, there's something called base and value. And there you have it. Once you verify everything, click on publish update and you're good to go. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you run into issues. So the good news is Amazon Video Direct has really responsive, really good customer service. So what you want to do is click on here, right here, support. Once you click on support, you're taken to a landing page with a lot of really helpful information. Honestly, I only navigated to some of these tabs here, but it definitely gives you a lot more than what I just recorded via the video. It's just not as interesting to, read text. At the very end, you have something called Contact Us. This is a hidden gem where you can get in touch with someone, with a real person at Prime Video Direct. So you can submit your questions for us. I definitely ask about title availability. I ask about the video asset uploading if I am complying with their requirements, and also captions. We had a couple of issues with captions. You want to give it a subject line, send your message. And where you receive this message is what you leave on your account. For us, it's our Gmail. So hope you find this helpful. This is definitely a longer video because I want to show you guys step by step and all the details related to our submission process. I do want to show you the dashboard, and this will be the very last thing I want to walk through. Our film launched on November 19th, I believe. It's been a while. And these are the stats that Amazon has. And I noticed that it actually has a limit of up to 12 weeks only, which for us, actually, the week right before what's showcased here had the largest amount of most significant downloads. As you can see, these are the total minutes streamed per channel or per country, and our primary here is definitely still in the United States. And for our audience outside of the US, which is still fairly significant since the people who interviewed for the series are they do have an international presence, for example in Germany, in the UK, and in parts of Spain and Africa. So for people to access the film, they will have to go to Vimeo, which we have available as well. And to understand more towards the pricing information, royalty rates, there is a link right here above, basically at the top of dashboard, and there you have it. As you can see, trying to make money through your films is not going to be an easy endeavor. That probably doesn't come to you as a surprise. I believe I read this article that in order to make a minimum wage on Amazon Video Direct, you need to have a minimum of 3 million downloads or watch time. I forgot whether that was hours or minutes, but a lot of watch time to make minimum wage. But for us, it was it has definitely some business incentives as well. Some of my clients watch the film, know that this is something I do, then they hire me to consider planning and structuring for their documentary. Some of them are mini documentaries from video production, so it really helped us out. Hope you find this helpful. Please list any questions, comments below, and keep growing and keep creating. I'll see you in the next video.